Now I keep referring to this as a painting, but so far all I've done is draw to add my color, and then I talked about how we're going to use washable markers. So if you look at my bear image here, he definitely looks like a painting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use these water-based markers as my paint. So I'm going to be applying some color. I'm gonna invest it, is what I like to call it. I'm gonna invest some color into my work, and then I'm going to manipulate it. I'm going to use it like it's paint. So let's say I start with the water. Well, I have a variety of blue markers here, so I can choose one that I think will work. I kind of like the idea of this greenish blue for my water. It kind of looks like that crayon that I chose. So I'm gonna go right along underneath those crayon lines. And if I think I need to, I think I could use another line there, so I'm gonna put one over there. And you want to sort of vary the types of lines you're using. So every once in a while I'm using the tip of the marker, so you can see I'm sort of holding it this way. But then when I want more color, I'm actually tilting the marker so more of it touches, so you can see that is a much thicker line. So you want to think about the weight and the quality of your lines there. So I've added color to my water. I'm going to invest some color on Mr. Moose here. So little kids, they would say, oh, I'm just going to trace everything. Well, we're not little kids. We're doing more realistic artwork here. So I'm going to put color in certain places. So if you notice, I've sort of focused on one side a little bit more than the other. And then I might even say, okay, well, I'm going to put some texture lines just to show the fur of the moose there. All right. I'm going to go inside his eyes with that black marker. And then here, that's such a small shape, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in. All right, then I'm going to add some color to his antlers. And I think like this one's pretty close to what I traced with, but I think actually it's going to show up better if I use that orange. So I'm going to have to make that decision as the artist and the designer. And again, I'm not tracing everything. I'm just sort of putting color where I think it needs it. I'm thinking about maybe thinner lines and thicker lines. Here, I think it needs to be thicker. And then I will add color to the trees. And I have a couple different greens here I can choose from. So maybe on one side, we're using this lighter green. And again, I can add some lines. Like maybe I want to put some lines to show the texture of the pine needles or leaves on my tree. Maybe a little bit more on this side. Squeeze in just a little here. And then I'm going to switch to a darker green for this tree. And then I think I need a little bit, not much, just using thinner lines of brown on my ground and maybe even my tree trunk. And I'm introducing some other lines just to put in a little bit more color. I didn't add color in the sky before, but maybe I go ahead and do that. Maybe the sun's going down, so maybe I'm gonna use this pink, or maybe it's coming up. Sometimes it looks like that in the sky in the morning time too. So I'm not sitting here coloring, I'm just investing color on the paper.